All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the end of day post wave report with yours truly, the Algo Capitalist, aka the Vulcan, coming to you live from PulseWaveTrading.com, home of the world famous PulseWave Price Trigger reports. All right, so it's been a rocky and shaky start and end to the week. This is our Take Back Friday episode where we will discuss what is going on and what we can expect going into next week. All right. So let's jump right into it. All right. I see you, Brandon, in the live, and I see your question. Let's make that the first chart, shall we? All right. So I'm not so sure about the news regarding XRP Ripple replacing the SWIFT system. I have no idea on that. I don't know if that's true, if it's false, if it's a rumor. I don't know what that is. So I'm just being obvious. I mean, honest. I don't know. But I do know what this chart is saying. Okay, so let's go there. On Thursday nights, for those that don't know, we look at the weekly charts to find out what the week has looked like and what we can expect going into next week. So with XRP Ripple as our example, this market is trying to base out and stage a rally. So we were in this longer term bearish type of environment. And then the market spiked up only to come right back down again, get bullish for a slight little second, and then get back into the red zone now. So what's happening is we got a primary rally alert for tonight into tomorrow's trading, as this market is setting itself up to test the bottom of the Kumo cloud and get back north of $150. I think that's where the ultimate goal is going to be on this particular one. As far as, like I said, the news, I have no idea. I do know this though. For whatever reason, for whatever it's worth, XRP Ripple is important to a lot of people. You still got these top five. You got Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, and then you got this XRP Ripple, and you got Theta. Those are continuing to be talked about a lot. So that's why I cover them when I do these videos, because number one, they're like the most asked about. And number two, it seems that they have some type of significance that will be yet to be determined. All right, ladies and gentlemen, as I'm going through these charts, we don't have that many charts to go through, but I just need to talk and I need you guys to listen. I need to tell you something, and I want everyone to listen closely to what I'm about to say. Because of what happened with the Federal Reserve's decision, and because of the reaction, or should I say delayed reaction, to this market event, I've already seen the fear mongers and the talking heads on social media talking about Armageddon, talking about the rapture of the church, talking about global famine, talking about stock market crashes, talking about bank holidays, talking about closing the markets, talking about thermonuclear war, talking about the end of all things, talking about the war of Middle Earth, talking about Hollow Earth, talking about the return of the Nephilim, talking about the Dark Star, talking about the return of Darth Vader, talking about Planet X smashing into California, talking about all types of doom and gloom. Dr. Doom has taken over the airwaves. Dr. Doom is now enthroned himself in the White House as the eternal president of doom. That is what you're hearing right now. All is evil, evil, to quote from one of the most intelligent, I have to say, not only the most intelligent, but one of the most prophetic voices of our time. None other than Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy from SpongeBob. Evil, evil. That's all you're hearing right now. Okay? I need to explain something to those that are listening. If you are finding yourself shook to your core, if you are finding yourself dancing to Mobb Deep's Shook Ones and Shook Ones Part 2, this message is for you. Fear not. All right? Fear not. It is not the end of the world. It is not the end of all things. It is not the rapture of the church. It is not the rise of the Antichrist. It is not the Planet X slamming into California. It is not the return of the Nephilim. It is not alien abductions of all things. This is not what's happening. This is not missing 411. All right? Even though all the things I just alluded to are real and factual things, things are not what they appear to be. What you should do is have a Coke and a smile, right? Go here on YouTube to the PulseWave channel, PulseWave Trading channel, and do yourself a favor and watch the documentary that I did called There Is No Collapse. All right? It is not the end of the world. Okay, so there's been a uptick in market volatility. Okay, so people's stops are getting run. So even I got stopped out of a small microscopic position in Ethereum and Bitcoin. Okay, so what? Let me explain something to you. The market is here to do one thing and one thing only: to punish as many people as possible. Have there ever been a consensus about the direction of the market? The answer is no. When everybody claims to know something, that's when those individuals get blown up, all right? Get their faces ripped completely off, all right? Do not fall into that crowd. Oh, it's a bear market. Oh, really? Really? It's a bear market? All right, let me explain something to you. For all those people right now saying it's a bear market, the Dow is going to collapse. It's the crash, the smash, the thrash, the bash. Really? Well, let me tell you something. In order for we to experience a bear market, the Dow Jones Industrial Average will have to fall. Are you ready for this? The Dow Jones will have to fall 20,000 points. Let that resonate with you for a minute. The Dow Jones will have to fall 20,000 points. What am I saying? What I am saying is the Dow Jones can fall 19,000 points right now, and we would still not be in a bear market. How can you say that when, according to Investopedia, a bear market is when the market has lost 10% of its value, it's fallen 10% from the highest point, blah, blah, blah. Not talking about that. I'm talking about reality, not some theoretical resource material. The truth of the matter is the Federal Reserve has been printing money for 2 decades and counting, non-stop, TARP after TARP, bailout after bailout, money, 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 printing, printing, printing. The Dow Jones has in it approximately 25,000 points of money printing baked into it. Before the printing presses really started going full throttle, the Dow was at 12,000. 12,000. Some of you probably were not alive to even remember that. The Dow at once upon a time was at 12,000. It oscillated between 10,000 and 12,000 for a hot minute. All right. I remember when it was at 10,000, it was like, oh my goodness, the Dow is at 10,000. It's the end of the world. And then when it hit 12,000, it was oh my goodness, oh my goodness. You guys, there's something else you need to know. It's a little hidden secret about Wall Street. Okay. The secret is this: Wall Street, by its nature, has already mechanisms built into it for it to remain and always be, over the long term, a bull market. Let me say that again. The stock market, going all the way back to the late 1800s to today, has been in a perpetual bull market. You have a 200-year history of the stock market going nowhere but straight up to the moon. To the moon. Ask yourself this question: is the Dow Jones Industrial Average higher than it was in 1897? Answer: yes. Is the Dow Jones higher than it was at the peak of 1929? Answer: yes. Is the Dow Jones higher than it was when it crashed in 1987? Answer: yes. Is the Dow Jones higher today than it was during the recession in 1992 to 1994? Answer: yes. Is the Dow Jones higher today than it was when the tech bubble bursted in 2000? Yes. Is the Dow higher today than it was just weeks prior to 9/11? Yes. Is the Dow higher today than it was 2 weeks prior to the flash crash of May 6, 2010? Answer: yes. Is the Dow higher today than it was at the peak of the housing bubble that collapsed in 07 and was finally mainstream knowledge in 08? Answer: yes. Yes, yes, yes. Is the Dow higher today than it was when the whole planned scamdemic occurred? Answer: yes. With all that being said, why are so many people convinced that the sky is falling and that the world is coming to an end? This is the end of the market, is it? Every time someone says that, not only are they wrong, but they are dead wrong. Take a look at this chart here of GDXJ. This is a weekly chart of GDXJ. What you're seeing here is a consolidated market moving sideways. It just left the green zone, the bullish market environment that it was in, and it's now crossed over into the little teeny baby koala bear market on the weekly chart. Just now setting itself up for a momentous leg down. Does that mean that everything is going to heck? The answer is no. Markets ebb and markets flow. Bull and bear markets can last a day, a week, a month, a year, whatever. It does not mean that it is over. Here's what's going to happen, ladies and gentlemen. These markets are going to pull back because that's what they do. Remember what I taught you. Bearish and bullish pointers have to be reconciled at some point. It's just the nature of the beast. But don't get it twisted. The stock market was created and engineered to do one thing and one thing only, and that is go up. Over the last 150 years, The stock market has done nothing but go up, 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 up. Yes, you have moments where the market pulls back, but even then, it's a buying opportunity because the market's going right back up. You have not seen the highs in the stock market in your lifetime. You have not. What's going to happen is this. We're going to have a short period of the market pulling back, making people want to throw up, making people upset, making people scared. And then without warning, it is going to explode again. And it's going to go crazy. Except for this time, it's taking something else with it. Would you like to know what that is? I will tell you. Gold, silver, cryptos, and commodities are about to become insane. 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 Insane in the membrane. I can't tell you how high Ethereum and Bitcoin and other altcoins are going to go because I don't know if I can count that high. I can't tell you what level gold and silver is going to reach because I can't count that high. I can't tell you how priceless a soybean crop is going to be, or a wheat crop, or corn in the near future because, once again, I cannot count that high. So you need to know this, all right? The market isn't going anywhere. The only thing that's going to change between now and then is the size of people's trading accounts. Your trading account will disappear if you do not have the pulse waves. And most people don't, so they're going to get punched in the face. See, here at PulseWave Trading, if we get stopped out of a trade, no biggie. Because what did we do last week, ladies and gentlemen? Anyone want to raise their hand in the class? Okay, I'll call on everybody at once. We walked away with 1,000 pips in the forex market. So if I give 150 back, is that a real problem? Of course not. We rode this market until the trend changed. Are we crying over it? Of course not. No. What's there to cry about? Other people, though, are scared to death because they're like, I don't know what's happening. Let me get this straight. So you went against the trend and you kept doubling down. You got blown up, and now because you got blown up, it's the end of the world. Let me explain something to you guys, okay? Hear me and hear me well. I've never really been wrong about these market analyses. Timing may have been hit or miss by a couple of weeks or months, but as far as the outcome, I've always been right because I have a methodology, I have a system, I have algorithms, and it's not hard to discern what's happening in front of you. But I have to admit something to you. You want me to be right about this. You want me to be right. I'm believing that we're about to back up the truck and buy pretty much anything and everything that we want. All you gold and silver bug stackers out there, get ready because you're going to have an opportunity of a lifetime to stack, stack, stack. Everyone who wants to get long these markets, I got your back. We're going to be backing up the truck and we're going to be stacking. Now watch this. This is GDXJ I just showed you. Look at the GLD. Look at the GLD. All you did is trade up and down the trading range. That's it. It's in a longer term type of a bearish outlook on the weekly chart, but all it is a longer term consolidation with a very wide trading range. That's all you're seeing here. Is there anything to get mad about or get scared about? Absolutely not. There's nothing scary on this weekly chart of GLD. There's nothing scary on this chart. Next chart. Here is the Russell. The ticker is IWM. This is the Russell ETF. Look at where the market came from. Look up here where the market has gone, and look how you're pulling back and consolidating here. Is there anything frightening on the chart? Not really. Are we dangling off the cliff, though? Yeah. Can this thing just go? Ugh? Absolutely, it can. But here's why. So far, according to where we are this week, so far, this is not what's happening. Look at the lie, ladies and gentlemen. Let me show you the lie. Look at this. What's happening here? The selling has dropped off. Instead, you have an increase of buying in the Russell. Buying in the Russell. You have dropped off here with the selling. How do you explain this? And you're making a bullish pointer on the weekly chart. If the Russell were to close right here tomorrow, that is a bullish pointer, and you got to deal with it. So what does that tell you? We're not going too much lower, ladies and gentlemen. It's just not happening. It's not happening. You say, well, that's just the Russell. What about the Nasdaq? Okay, well, here's the Nasdaq weekly chart right here. Looking like the Russell. You've come from here all the way up here. You got this rally alert right here from the system, and you have rode this thing all the way up, just buying, adding to your position after adding to your position, just upside production after upside production, and then it stops. And now you want to cry after you walked away with all this money? What? The market corrects and moves a little sideways, gets a little volatile, and people are crying, saying it's the end of the world? Huh? What? Nah. What do you see so far in this weekly chart? You see a bullish pointer. Bullish pointer. Even if the market drops down here on the close tomorrow and closes down here, this is still a bullish pointer. It's still a bullish pointer. The market is not going to be hanging out down here for no extended length of time. And do you see any gaps along this way that need to be reconciled? And this is an equity. This is a weekly chart on this equity. Do you see anything here that needs to be reconciled? Not at all. And this here is not a bearish pointer, and neither is this. This low right here was a real bottom low on the weekly chart. What say you? Feel me? So no panic. Absolutely no reason to panic. No reason to panic. You got to take everything into perspective. All right. All right. I see you, my man. I see you, Loco, in the land down under. I got your back because this is already Friday for you. So here is your chart, my brother. All right. So your AZI. Let me get you. You need let's look at the weekly first. Okay, so on this weekly chart, your market did explode, gave you so far, it's a bullish pointer for going into next week, but let's break yours down to a daily real quick. Okay, so you do have a gap though. All right, so your gap here, this market will pull back because you got to back and fill this gap. This is going to be a good test, though, of the truthfulness of this breakout. If the pullback to fill and close this gap holds, you got a solid run here, and I think the upside looks pretty good for this particular stock. Yeah, it's been in a longer term consolidation with the kind of bearish bent and bias to it, but as you can see here, you have all the earmarkings and what you need to keep this thing going and get topside the Kumo cloud. And so far on the weekly chart, you got increasing buying, which is what this bar is showing you. So this one's looking pretty good right now. All right, the next one we got here, you want to see MXC. Okay, let's pull that up. All right, this is the Mgc Pharmaceuticals. I remember this one. All right. Okay. Don't have gate token. Don't have GT on our list, my man. I don't have that in the system right now. We'll be adding some more, but that's not one that's on there, the gate token. Okay. Mgc Pharmaceuticals has been kind of laying low, kind of basing out right here, trying to build a base for a rally. You got this primary rally alert back here. A few weeks back, you started getting some upside production. The market's kind of like chilling right now. On the daily chart, Same thing, just consolidation moving sideways underneath the Kumo cloud. But this is a real long-term basing pattern consolidation. So this one could be ready to do something. And you do have increasing, buying around these lots right here. These last 3 weeks, you got an increase in buying momentum. So this one could be doing a little something for you. I would stay the course on this one. I'm looking at the volumes. The volume has dropped off from last week so far. You were at 1.915 million shares. And now this week so far, you're at 1.3 million shares. On the week we got the primary rally alert, though, you were 3,728,187 shares. So you got some volume in here. You got some positioning going on in here. I don't know if this one has an options market or not, but this one is looking like it may want to go. All right, so I just want to show you guys that. Now let's take a look at the bonds, because people have been talking about this whole interest rate thing and blah blah blah. But on this weekly chart of the bonds, okay, so the bonds did fall out of the Kumo cloud. Right now, the bears are in control of this particular market. All right, you had your primary crash alert back here the week ending December the 10th, and the market has just been straight down with no let up in sight. And if this continues to get any worse, we're going to transfer from the green to the red zone and then turn really bearish on the weekly chart. Flipping it over to the daily chart, though, you can see here that this thing is just coming apart. And that's because it's manufactured. Now, you're still in a bull market, even though it's coming off like this. Even though you're in this long-term retracement, the longer-term algorithm is picking up the bullishness of this market, because everything you see here is the Fed's doing. So it's not real, and the system knows it, and it's showing it as such. So once again, bonds are crashing through the floor. That is giving you that rate issue of interest rates going up. They have no place to go but up, and that's what it is. So the market is not getting ready to do what the majority of people think it's going to do. So with that being said, you gotta be mindful of what's really good. And right here, here's your dollar index on the weekly chart, and it's just hanging out here. Yeah, it pulled back and everything, but not really. It's right here neck and neck on the weekly chart. It's not really going anywhere. All right. So far, it's looking like an inside week with a bullish bias to continue to go higher. So the death of the dollar. Well, according to this chart, I don't see no death. Do you? The only death that may be on this chart is the group itself. And everybody knows that death is one of the triple OG metal groups of all time. Anyone who is into extreme metal, you know about death. So as far as that's concerned, it has nothing to do with this chart. All right, let's see what else did I want to show you. Okay, here's the Bitcoin, looking at the cash side, not the futures. Longer term consolidation. Your consolidation bar is from the week of May the 21st, 2021. And the only thing this market is doing is trading inside of that bar. It is a whopper of a trading range. The support is at 28,900 and the resistance is at 50,700. That is a whopper of a trading range. You know what I'm saying? So that's all this market is doing. Look at the price action. Look at where it was. And look at where it is today. It's still trading inside of this range, this bar. The market has stuck Bitcoin in this bar. That's a wide bar. You're not going anywhere. Now, you can say that, well, that is also a bearish pointer, sir. Of course it is. But you can also make another argument that this was a successful test of that, and it didn't take it out. It just came down and tested it, made it a key support, and then rallied from it. All right. Yes, the market's come back down again, but did not take it out on the down leg. came back now. Now we're into the next down leg. It could actually pick up acceleration here and just, fall off the cliff. So let me explain to you what this means. In the short term, we could have the Bitcoin continue to drop like a rock, frighten people to death. You don't worry, you'll be able to short it and make money on the downside, okay? And then you'll be able to back up the truck and get long, because this thing is going to take out 70,000 on the next leg up once the bottom down here is established. It's going to establish a long-term bottom. Wherever it falls to down here, it's going to base out, and then it's going to explode forever without ever looking back. This is the making of a Dow Jones crypto product. For those that do not understand, Bitcoin is the Dow Jones of the crypto market, and they are establishing it as such. It is the key indicator, the key index for all the cryptos, whether you like it or not. So they have to do what they have to do in order to make it that way. So it has to drop, because before they bubble a market, they have to first pop it and smash it. Then they pump it up. So this thing is going to smash in the short term. It's okay. We make money when markets fall just as well as we make money when markets rise. We will short it and we will be fine. All right. We took a few test buys this week because of this price pattern. This right here was a key support. And just in case it held, we knew it was going to rise and then, test the top of the Kumo cloud. But that's not what happened. So we took a few nips. See this long-term consolidation? This is Thursday. This is Wednesday. This is Tuesday. This is Monday. This is Sunday. The market has done nothing but move sideways. So because of this longer-term basing pattern, it was definitely looking like it had some opportunity here to get up here and get back up into the Kumo cloud. Instead, we had the market come down here and run some stops. It's coming to take this pointer out here and then this one here. So January the 24th, February 24th, lows will be tested and taken out, because that's where the bearish pointers reside. And then after that, the market will explode higher, and it will continue to run from that point on forever. And I do not believe we will ever see these lows in Bitcoin in our lifetime. This is something you'll be talking to your grandkids about. Yeah, I remember, man, when Bitcoin was at 30,000, 28,000. Now here it is at 280,000, or here it is at 750,000 or 7.9 million. You're going to remember these days, ladies and gentlemen. This Bitcoin is the new Dow Jones. So get with the program. This is the Dow Jones. Yes, you need to handle your business from back here, and then the market is going to explode. It will explode higher, just not right now. It has some business to take care of, has to pay some bills, and then the Bitcoin will be off to the races. You do not need to panic and start selling your Satoshis. Go ahead and short this market, make your coin, go over to KuCoin and short the Bitcoin futures and enjoy yourself, but be ready to back the truck up once the market bases out. All right. This is the Dow Jones of the crypto market. The sky is not falling. The market is only preparing you for what's going to happen. It's not the end of the world. I believe that incredible financial times are about to come upon us. I see wealth and prosperity for a lot of people that can listen to what I'm saying and take advantage of it. Now, we've talked about why I believe what I believe, and now I need to tell you about the flip side. Here's what happens if I am wrong. And I believe I'm right, but we need to address what if you're wrong. Okay, so here's what happens if I'm wrong. Are you ready? That's what happens if I'm wrong. All right? If I'm wrong, this is what happens. You see the background? You see the blackness behind me? That's what happens. I believe that markets are going to correct for a little while, base out, and then start an incredible, insane bull market that's going to make your head spin. But if I'm wrong, then yes, it's the end of the world. And I do mean that in every sense of the word. If I am wrong about this analysis, then you can just go ahead and kiss your behind goodbye, because it's the end of the world as you know it, literally. If I'm wrong about what I just said to you, then yes, kiss your spouse and your children, because you're out of here. If I'm wrong, then we're talking global financial collapse, World War III, thermonuclear war, famine, disease, pestilence, Planet X smashing into Earth, return of the Nephilim, Godzilla comes out of the ground, attacks Japan, Martha flies over Europe, spreading cobwebs and silk everywhere, and it's just pandemonium and chaos, and then the rapture of the church, followed by the revealing of the man of perdition, the Antichrist, and you just have to deal with it. You got to deal with the locusts coming out of the ground. You got to deal with the hailstones weighing over 100 pounds falling from the sky. You got to deal with planetary perturbations, and you got to deal with stars falling out of heaven. You got to deal with all types of just incredibleness. And yeah, that's where we're going. All right. So I think I'm right, though. I think that we're on the cusp of unforeseen and unforetold prosperity, and I think the markets are about to just go insane to the upside. I really believe that. I believe that's what the analysis is showing, and everyone else who's calling for doom and gloom right now is going to be wrong. That's what I believe, and I believe that history bears me out. But if I'm wrong, then unfortunately, that means I'm very wrong. And that means, yes, martial law, bank holidays, collapse of society, collapse of the banking system, the Marines standing in front of the Walmart, the Navy, coming ashore and helping to police all the grocery stores and all the food pantries, and you'll see military at the hospitals, guarding the hospitals, and all that stuff. All right, and I'm dead serious. I'm being serious. I'm not even joking. I'm being dead serious. Dead serious. If I am wrong, then get ready for Armageddon. That means the lizard people have won. They're going to launch thermonuclear weapons. They're going to let all hell break loose, literally. They're gonna turn on CERN. They're gonna open a demonic portal and let all the demons of hell itself spill over into Earth. And it's just gonna be chaos and pandemonium, bloodshed, and the whole nine. All right? That's what happens if I'm wrong, and you need to understand that. So you want me to be right about this, because if I'm not, that's what you got to look forward to. But I believe that history and the analysis is going to bear me out, and I'm going to be right. And everyone else is going to be wrong, and they're going to lose all their money betting and shorting when they shouldn't be. So that's all I got for you. I have to give y'all the real tonight. I know tonight's end of day report was very long, but it needed to be. I had to get this stuff off my chest. I had to tell you what's what. Now, I have a secret sauce for you, but it's for members only. Lord willing, I'll have it ready for our Sunday pre-market PulseWave report. and I will put it out what I'm going to be doing. I'm taking out my shopping list. There is a list of equities that will work perfect in this scenario. I have a list of equities and ETFs that I'm about to back the truck up, and I'm going long. All right, and I will reveal it to all of our post waivers so you can follow along with me if you want. But there's certain things that if I'm right, we're gonna rock and roll, and we're gonna laugh all the way to the bank. Unfortunately, though, like I said, if I'm wrong, then prepare for Slender Man to come and abduct you in the middle of the night. Prepare for the boogeyman. Prepare to be one of the unfortunate people from Missing 411. Prepare for all this Armageddon stuff, because that is about to be real if I am wrong. So you can't have it both ways. Either I'm right and these markets will rebound sharply right after they drop and fill out their basing patterns, or we all die. And it's just that simple. So, all right. So let's vote for me. All right. Vote for me. Vote that I'm right, and we'll all be really happy. All right. That's what we want. We don't want Armageddon. You don't want Armageddon. All right. You don't want no smoke with that. Okay. So with that being said, everybody have a great weekend. Smash that like button. And remember, bulls make money, bears make money, and pigs get slaughtered. So remember to take what you can and give nothing back. And I am out. Peace.